Hi, how are you guys doing? I'm gonna be going live soon with Alan. Hey. Hey y'all. I'm waiting for Alan to join. Just give me one moment. I'm gonna share my live out. Just give me one moment. Hey boo. I'm just waiting for Alan to join, that's all. Yup. I'm gonna try to set up where it's like 2 boxes. Hey, I'm just waiting for Alan to join. Hey boo, I'm just waiting on Alan to join. Thank you. I'm just waiting for Ruby Sun to join. Can you guys hear me okay? Let me know below if you guys can hear me okay, because I have my headphones in. Yeah, we have like 5 more minutes. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna give everyone like 5 more minutes to join. Hey Dom. Hey girl. I'm giving Alan a few more minutes to join. Thank you. Thank you so much. I don't know why my profile. I tried updating my profile picture today and it didn't work. So, oops, hold on real quick, guys. This is what my profile picture is supposed to be, but for some reason TikTok is glitching today. So whenever TikTok decides to stop glitching, this is gonna be my new profile picture. It's bigger, but it doesn't fit all on the whole screen. Alan should be joining any minute. I'm gonna text him. I just did. I just texted Alan. He said he's getting set up now. I'm just waiting for Alan to get ready. Thank you. Thank you for the taps. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Let me text Alan one more time. Okay. He's getting settled now. I'm just waiting for him to join, bro. Thank you for the follow, Emma. Guys, just give it a few minutes to load.
You guys hear me? Hello?
Okay, I can hear. I'm
Hey,
gonna.
Mama D.
I don't know why. I have my headphone in. For some reason, it's not working through my headphone, but it's okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's alright. We could hear you.
Okay, if my background gets too loud, just let me know.
No, it's okay. I can hear like the little Coco Melon in the background, but it's okay.
Oops. Okay. No, you're good. I was just waiting for everyone to join in, so I was giving everybody a couple more minutes.
Yeah, no, for sure.
So I'm just gonna mute myself for like a couple minutes if that's cool. If you want to mute yourself for a few minutes.
Yeah, for sure. Appreciate it.
Alrighty, are you ready to get started? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Ready whenever you are.
Okay. No, guys, that's because I had it muted for a few minutes so everybody could join in. Because we had a lot of people that have been waiting. So, if you want, I'll just start off with the first questions that I had for you. If you wanted to introduce yourself to everybody as to who you were.
Yeah, sure. My name's Alan Soto Vargas. Um, I'm Ruby's son.
And how old are you?
I'm 18 years old. I actually turned 19 in 4 days, so the
Oh,
29th.
that's what's up.
Yeah, so pretty soon. And
Okay.
right now, my life is just really centered around growing my business in the financial industry and
Yeah.
really creating stability for me and my future family. Um, Also, right now, a lot of my time goes into work and just personal growth and really just putting myself in positions that will pay off for me long term.
Yeah. That's up. That's what's up. It sounds like everything's going really good for you. I'm proud of you.
Yeah,
That's what's up.
I'm taking it day by day. It's not easy.
It's definitely
Nothing's.
not being easy, especially being young and on your own and having to figure everything out.
Yeah, that doesn't, that adds to it too, but nothing's done overnight, so I work at it day by day, and the business, I really enjoy it. It really keeps me, makes me a better person, to be honest.
Yeah, that's what's up. Oops.
It's okay.
I have little ones too.
Yeah, no, that's the mama
I have
life, though.
mom too.
It's
That's my son.
okay.
He's actually supposed to be asleep. He was asleep, but it's okay. That's why I scheduled our lives so late. But
No,
a
it's
lot of my
okay.
followers, they all know that I have an autistic son, so that's three.
Oh,
And
that's
he's
great.
usually not a bother to us, so I'm like, he's okay. He's just chilling next to me,
What's his
watching a
name?
show. His name is Sebastian.
Oh, Sebastian. Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, no worries. You're a mother. It's your job.
Yeah, definitely. Before any of this went public, like with your mom, before she started getting on TikTok, do you remember the type of relationship that you guys had together?
Yeah. Well, my relationship before TikTok, I had ran away, so my relationship with Ruby was already not good, and that's what caused me to run away from home twice. So it wasn't. It was already like not very good towards the end. So yeah, that's the reason why
Yeah.
I had to run away.
When did you first realize that she was starting to say things about you online that weren't true?
Um, I remember back in 24, for sure, 2024. I noticed that she would go live and talk about the situation, and she would be putting out her own narrative about why I ran away from home, and this was all before I ever spoke publicly, before I can even come on the internet actually, because I only came on the internet after turning 18, which was January
Yeah,
29th of
because TikTok's 18
2025.
and older.
Exactly. So I couldn't even go live till 2025, and after that. So before, but I was always seeing clips of her speaking out about the situation and basically pushing her own narrative out there, and acting like the victim in a way.
Do you remember one of the first times that you realized, like, how did you find out that she was doing it?
It would be on TikTok lives. I would see lives
It would
about
be on TikTok lives. You would be watching her.
yeah, it would, and she would post stuff on her story, little subliminal messages, and kind of pushing the narrative that she was the victim, and it was it's kind of it was far from the truth.
Has this ever impacted your friendship or like works or like your real life opportunities?
Um, no, for friendships for sure, because before I had I had friends when I was at home, but she went out and she told them like, oh, he ran away for this and he ran away for that, and
But even like back
basically.
where you lived, even in like your hometown, she was spreading lies about you.
Yeah, exactly. So like I really don't I have, like not a really I don't have a relationship with those friends no more. I have them, friended and stuff, but not much of a relationship. So she kind of took that from me, but yeah.
What's been the hardest part of having Ruby as a parent be the source of all this?
Um Honestly, sorry, can you repeat the question?
What's been the hardest part of having Ruby as a parent be the source of all this?
Um
If you don't want to answer, you don't have to. If you
I'm
don't
just trying
understand it.
to I'm just trying to yeah, think of a whole question, sorry.
If you want to come back to it, we can.
Um um I don't know. I just feel like that answer is like in the title, like the hardest part is it's my mother who is the
Yeah.
source of my anger and my confusion. And like I asked myself like why couldn't she just love me? Like, why did I deserve to get, like abused?
Yeah,
Why
and
did
you
I
don't deserve that. There's a lot of people that are here to back you up.
Yeah, so like, it makes me question that at times. So it's like, if my mom didn't love me, why would anyone else? Like, in a way. So it's kind of
Yeah,
hard, but yeah, I'm definitely trying to heal from that. Definitely working on that.
I know you are, and you're doing a good job at it.
Thank you. Thank you very.
You definitely
Yeah.
got this. Do you want to continue? Are you okay?
Yeah, yeah. We can continue.
Okay, got you.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure that you're comfortable in all this.
I appreciate
That's our
that. Yeah.
main thing.
Thank you.
So, what are some things that people believe about you that aren't true? Because Ruby, I know that one of the main things was talking about you was saying that you were broomed, and that allegation is completely untrue.
Mhm. Yeah. Ruby's made people to believe like I got broomed, and she claims that the reason why I ran away from that's the reason why I ran away from home. And that can't be farther from the truth. And it's just yeah. I leave it at that.
Got you. Um, I definitely feel you, and I can't believe that some of the stuff that she has said about you. It's definitely crazy.
Yeah, I didn't believe it either. Really, but I feel like today it's not surprising to me. Especially like, knowing her background and what she's done in her past. She's just honestly, it seems like a form of projection. So, I honestly don't I don't. It's not surprising to me no more.
And it's true that you were once taken out of Ruby's care and given to your grandmother for a couple years.
Yes, that's true. I
Yeah,
believe it was 4 years.
and she tries to deny that and tell people that that's not true.
Yeah, that was because I had my grandma had custody for 4 years, and then yeah, in that time span, a lot of stuff happened. Eventually, after that, she was with MJ, and yeah,
Has she ever pressured you to stay silent?
like in what sense? Like when I was back at home, or are you talking about now?
We can start with back at home if you want. When you were
Um,
back at home, did she ever try and silence you and tell you not to tell nobody stuff or like
well,
tell schools or
Well, yeah, of course. It was like a everyday yeah, it was like a routine for us. We knew what to do. We knew what to say, what to not say. When it was like coerced, like we in a way we knew what was
so she was
to
like
be.
trying to like train you guys
Yeah, like we were coached.
to stay
So
silent?
yeah, we were like robots basically. Don't speak to unless you're spoken to, or don't speak unless you're spoken to. Um, so. Yeah, no, definitely we were silent. Even my grandma till this day, she says like, "Oh, well, why didn't you tell us? Like, we would have went to the police and this and that." And it's like, "Well, when I did try telling you guys, like you guys went to Ruby and then it got worse." Like, so, that's like that's another story, but it's just yeah, no, definitely we were just always coached to be silent, and we knew what to say, what to not say, basically.
Has she tried to silence you since you moved out?
Um, I don't know. I don't think so. No, no, I wouldn't say she has. And I don't. I feel like I have a voice now. I feel like she can't silence me. Before then, I felt silent. I felt. I mean, that's not even the word. I just felt like a robot. I felt like, I felt like I had no voice. And after
Yeah, and
leaving
I'm
the
glad that I
house,
can help give you that voice and help spread that with you
yeah,
because you definitely have a voice and you're definitely not going to be kept silent because of her.
yeah, that's the thing. Like I don't, I feel like I have a voice now. I feel like I have a voice for others who, have gone through the same experience as me, or are going through the same situation. That's so that's just yeah, I feel like I definitely have my voice now. I feel like, Ruby and MJ, they could say whatever they want on live, but they can't hurt me no more. They can't touch me no more. And if it ever came to that, that day where I see them in person, it's just like they don't realize the amount of anger that
Hopefully, it'll be
they've
an
caused.
apartment
Yeah, exactly. Hopefully.
because the things that she says about you is completely untrue. And I think you're a really respectful person, and I think you're very well mannered, and you have a really good head on your shoulders, and that you know what you're doing. And
Thank you.
I feel like the more that, let her talk and run her mouth and say anything bad that she wants to say about you, just use that time to keep telling your story and show people who you are.
Thank you. Yeah, and I want people to understand, like I wasn't a bad kid at all. Honestly, I really, really, I was a really good kid, and
Yeah.
I was a good kid, and I felt like I never had a voice, honestly, and now I'm
And you
just,
have so many people now that stand behind you.
yeah, and I appreciate that, and that's the reason why I'm speaking up is because I want to speak up about what I went through, so that if anybody out there is, if they're going through the same thing, or if they know it's not, they can understand, and they know it's not normal, and it's not, like kids should be shown love, kids should be hugged, kids should be asked, how are you doing, how was your day, and not just used for go get me this, go do this, go do that, and then you hurt them, and you beat them every day. Like that's not the way to raise kids. No, that's not normal. That's so to whoever feels like that may be normal and you're going through that, don't that's totally not. And you need to so I hope, me speaking out, get helps people find their voice.
Yeah, definitely. Is there anything that we didn't talk about today that you felt like talking about?
Um I just feel like
Or did you feel like answering some questions that people had down below?
well, I'm not looking at the comments, so like I don't know what they're
I had
saying.
started paying attention to them.
Well, what are they saying? What are some of the comments?
Um, the only comment that really stuck out to me that I thought was kind of silly that I don't think matters is somebody asked if Ruby is a part of Jehovah Witness.
Yeah, she is, and that was another thing that played a big part. Is because she would play a role, and then she would put a front in front of them, and then behind closed doors, as soon as behind closed doors, it was a totally different thing, and she would treat us a totally different way. She would
She wasn't practicing the religion.
exactly there. She wasn't. Yeah, exactly. So she would verbally, physically abuse us, and it was like that was she was being totally two-faced.
Not too. Were you ever treated different because you were an MJ's child?
I wouldn't say so. I wouldn't say he treated me differently. It was always just very awkward, between me and him. It was never really like a father or son relationship. He never
Is he
took
like that with the
initiative.
rest of his children?
No, he wasn't. But he never took initiative with me, like to, like oh, like if I would go to tell Ruby good night and I love you, he wouldn't say nothing until I'd have to go up to him and say something, and like like so it's like he would never take initiative for anything. He wasn't like he wasn't like a he wouldn't he was more like a big brother kind of thing who would like beat on you. So it was kind of like that. It wasn't like a father and son relationship.
How do you feel about MJ talking about your biological dad?
I don't feel no type of way. He can, talk. He can run his mouth all he wants, online. That's what they're good at, But like I said, if it was ever for us to see them in person, they don't understand the amount of anger that they've caused, and to and the amount of pain that they've caused to me. So like it's
Has Ruby recently asked you for money?
no, Ruby didn't ask me for money. I actually asked Ruby for money because I was struggling to pay my rent this month, and so I actually reached out to her and I was telling her like, hey, like I'm having
It could be
issues.
fair with all the money that she's allegedly making.
Yeah, and like all the money that she's given away to creators. But I was asking her like I was like, hey, like I'm having trouble eating. Like, is there any way that you could help me out? And but she never replied. So I just told her like it just really shows me like you can't help me with anything. And that's what I told her. I texted her, and I was like, you really can't help me with anything. Like, all you're good for is literally bashing me online and just being a DB. So it's like yeah, but I've kind of accepted it. Like Ruby's gone, my mom's gone. She's like, and it's I've accepted it.
Yeah. Has yeah, but she helped Santos and Bree have a place, but she won't help her own son. Yeah. I understand what you're saying, Jill. Sorry, I've been reading the comments the whole time too.
No, you're good. You're
And a lot
good.
of people think that's messed up. How do you feel about Santos and Bree talking about you? Because
Um,
I don't know if you've seen the clip that I had posted the other day, but she had Bree talking about you literally like less than 7 days ago up on live, talking about your situation.
yeah, it's just funny because like I don't it does I don't know how Ruby could accuse like me and my fiance of something, of like brooming and graping and doing that
And that
stuff.
never happened.
Exactly, but she's accusing us or my fiance of those things.
And
While
just let
she's
you guys know that that never happened to Alan.
exactly no, yeah, of course. I don't even need to defend myself because I know in my truth. I'm not here to prove to anybody why I ran away from home. It's because like, I know my truth. So, but it's
When
just funny. Oh, go for it.
when was the last time you and Ruby got to talk?
I believe it was I made a phone call to her and I was telling her like, like let me explain the situation to you. Let me tell you what happened. Like let me tell you how I told her how me and Cece met. I told her, our age gaps. I'm like, how is that? How is that what you're saying? Like you're over here going online and saying all these things. And it's like Cece doesn't say not one word, not one bad thing about Ruby. So it just really shows Ruby's character. And it's like, dude, how are you gonna be sitting here accusing my fiance of these things when you're associating yourself with people like S.A. Santos, who he has serious allegations against him, and allegations they don't appear for no reason. And then there's Bree, who has to insert herself in my business. So it's like honestly, she scares me because she preys on kids my age. So it's like, I'm honestly scared of her, but let's
Yeah, I
talk
feel like
about it.
that's all their content is preying on children.
For sure. And they want to talk about brooming, like let's talk about what it really means. Like Santos, he was born in March of 2005 and
Exactly.
Bree was born in 1998. So, if I do my math correctly, if she was born in May of
They're like
1998,
7, 6 years, 5 years apart.
that's a 6 year and 10 month difference. Almost 7 years. So that means when Bree turned 18, Santos just barely turned 12. That's
Exactly.
crazy. Yet they throw words out there like brooming and like grape. Like what or they throw it around so casually without they don't even understand what it means.
Why is
And
there
these
so
are
many people requesting to come up all of a sudden? You can continue talking. But yeah, Brie was born in like 1998, something like that. Like 2000.
yeah. And these are the people that are influencing others. These are the people, like, what exactly are they influencing? What exactly are they selling? Like the attention, the drama, or is it their bodies? Like Brie Olson, that's all she could sell is her body and her, that's drama. And it's time we have to call out these hypocrites and hold them accountable for their actions because they wanna talk about my business. Okay, let's talk about it.
Exactly. Yeah, Alan was never groomed by his fiance. That's all a lie.
No, yeah, and then we have Ruby and MJ's age difference. They're a 4 year age difference. So it's like, come on, my fiance and I showed her ID online. Her it has we are 1 year and 10 months apart.
Yeah, I've showed the
How
ID
are you?
before too and
Exactly.
showed
So like
people.
that's why these
And
words
so
that
is
they throw
Mama
out there,
Lou.
it's like it doesn't affect me and it doesn't affect my fiance because we know who we are. We know what we stand for, and like we don't go associating ourselves with people who have allegations against them and people who are literally this dude when she was 18, Santos was 12. That's crazy.
You said share it to the chat. Alright, hold on.
How are you gonna be born in 1998 and get with someone from 2005? That's the definition of what they're saying.
Someone asked how old is Ruby and MJ. I
Ruby
believe
was born
Ruby's.
in
You
Ruby
can go
was born
ahead.
in 1988 and MJ was born in 1993.
Yeah, so they have a pretty big age gap between themselves.
Ruby was 20 when she met MJ. MJ was 16. So like, dude, that's the definition of what they're saying. So that's why
And
it's
that's
just
what she doesn't want to
projection.
talk about.
Exactly. So it's like, let's talk about it. You guys want to get in my business? Like, you already have Bree and Santos right there talking about, having my name in their mouth. And it's like, come on, like, don't come for my fiance when it's like, come on, Bree, you sell your body for money. Come on. You think I'm gonna care about what you say about me? You think my fiance is gonna care what you say about her? Someone can go look up your body and look at it right now. They can look up Bree Olson, and then boom. Don't Bree does not affect anything. That she's a laughing. She's comical. No, I
Yeah,
don't
that's
think I don't.
crazy. And isn't, yeah, MJ's like 42 years old and he's hanging around.
No,
Yeah,
that's incorrect. I don't think MJ's 42 years old.
someone said,
I think he's
yeah, I don't
33
think he is. I think he's
or
in his
32.
30s because I mean, Ruby would be in her 50s. And that's not true.
Yeah, nah. MJ was born in
I don't think neither one of them are
1993.
40. I believe that she's like 38 or something like that.
Yeah, Ruby was born in 1988, and MJ was born in 1993.
Okay, so she's 38 and MJ is now 34. And they met when she was 20 and he was 16. Oh, my bad. MJ's 33.
So it's like you have these people with these huge age gaps, and where they, you see Santos, he's my age. So it's like, what the heck? You know what's crazy? My fiance is older than Santos. So I think that's why Bree's mad is because how did, I find someone older than she found, she found someone younger and she's 26 years old. It's crazy. But how much older are you than Santos? A week. That's crazy. She was born March 17th, 2005. And
He
Santos was
was?
born. No, no, my fiance, and then Santos was born March of 2005. I don't. I think it was like the 24th or something like that. So it's like,
Someone said
dang.
show Cece's age to the chat to debunk Ruby.
Oh
If you
yeah,
don't
can
mind,
you?
I'll show
Yeah,
it.
no, no. Can you please show the ID?
Yeah, I covered up some of her information too, just to show her birthday.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, no, it's time to debunk these rumors that go around.
Oh, wait, hold on. I'll zoom it out.
Yeah, Bree likes them young, so she can control them. Yeah, before they're fully developed. Because come on, you're 26, getting with a 19-year-old. I don't know how old, but too old.
And that's how old Cece is.
And
She
I'm
was born in
born.
2005.
Oh, you could.
03/17/2005.
Yeah, you could have showed the birthday if you wanted to, but it's 03/17/2005. I was born January 29th, 2007. So it's like it's 1 year and 10 months apart. And people are throwing out these words who they have age gaps of 6 years and 10 months, and they have age gaps of 4 years. So it's like,
Oops, hold on. That's a picture of
come
me and
on.
my son. Sorry. But
Oh no,
yeah.
you're fine.
But yeah. I didn't want to keep her ID up there for too long,
Oh no,
just
it's
out of
okay. She's
respect.
beautiful.
But
I want,
she is
yeah,
very beautiful.
I want to look at her too.
But yeah, that's
Thank you,
all
thank you.
complete lies. That's all lies that Ruby's spreading.
Yeah.
She is not
Oh, thank you
nowhere.
guys. They said you're beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I feel like Cece hasn't gotten her just. Well, Cece, she will get her justice. We'll just say that. She hasn't said a word about Ruby, and Ruby said there's a lot of evidence of Ruby saying a lot of defamation about Cece. So, we'll talk about. We'll see what happens with that because Cece, she doesn't like taking it the ghetto route and fighting, and she'll take it the legal route, but. So yeah, well, I hope Ruby has
Oh,
still
hold
a
on.
lot of money, as much as she flexes.
Hold on, real quick. Actually, I took a screenshot. I'm trying to get back to my wallpaper. Okay, there we go. Hold on.
Yeah, silence is golden.
There's accounts.
Exactly.
Yeah, Ruby's not fighting nobody neither. But what did you say? Yeah, and Cece's maturity shows how mature you guys are and how grown you guys are compared to people that are almost twice your guys' age.
Yeah, exactly. That's why, like, just action shows for itself. I'm not gonna sit up here and try to, just, I know the truth. I'm just that's why I'm spreading the truth, and everybody, Ruby knows the truth, God knows the truth. Like so. That's all. That's all that matters.
Exactly. Oh, somebody was requesting to come up, but I'm not joining anybody to come up right now. Sorry, guys.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, sorry. But was there anything that you wanted to talk about that you feel like we didn't get to talk about?
Um, I don't honestly. I feel like we
Someone
addressed
said, "Do you think
everything.
Ruby's jealous of Brie?"
Well, I mean it's obvious, you know. Like I don't need you guys don't need me to tell you that. But I know how Ruby is, and I know how she thinks. So, but trust me, so I know how she fakes the funk. I know how when she doesn't like somebody, I can tell. You know, I can read her body language, especially that's my mother. So, you know, but it's just comical to me when she gets with these people for, you know, she gets with them for views and clout. But you know, that's she's just working with the game. She's doing what she got to do. How do you think Santos became Santos with the Mr. Nunu? He's the new guy. You know, nobody would have known who Santos was before I
Do you
actually, you
trust
know.
Santos around your sisters?
Heck no. Heck no. What the no and it no.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. I don't think Ruby's using Bree. I think Bree's using Ruby. I think it's the other way around. But no, they get it, you know, they it's it's back and forth, you know what I mean? Like Ruby gets
Yeah.
views, Ruby gets clout, Ruby gets to hang out with this Brie Olsen, this star, this FO star, you know? You
Yeah.
look her up on ChatGPT, that's what she's known for. So, you know, so she gets to hang out with this girl that has big views, big clout, and it's like, and then what does Brie get? She gets to, you know, like leech off of Ruby and her money.
Yeah, it's all for business. They think they're generally friends, but they're not.
Oh, no, they're not. Uh, I could tell Ruby. I could tell she does not mess with Bree. She
I
maybe
agree,
mess with
Rosemary.
Santos, but I could tell she's jealous of Bree for sure. And but Santos, I don't know, like she be trying to kiss his butt, you know. It's kind of weird. It's giving off the brooming vibes, you know.
Yeah.
Nah, but I'm
Especially
just
when she has
joking.
them watching the girls all the time.
Yeah,
I don't
I
like that
don't
she
know.
leaves them home alone together.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's happened from since I left. I just it looks like it's getting worse and you know publicly she's neglecting the kids now. Like it's not, you know, she's saying like, oh, they're, you know, they're with their grandparents, but then you go look at the grandparents and like his TikTok, he's over there partying at the club on the weekends and partying every day and posting every day. And it's like, so when is the grandpa with the kids? Like, you know, so it's like there's a lot of stuff that's probably going on that's I don't even know about now because I haven't lived there in 2 years. But I just hope it's not worse. It looks worse, but I pray to God that, you know, it's hopefully, you know, at least the abuse hopefully it's gotten you know, like it's not no more, you know, because at least the kids are around adults now and they're around you know, people like the grandpa and they're around you know, so people, so you know, it's not like were how we were back in when I was living there. Like we were always in the house. We were always, you know, Ruby would leave and just go party all day. And but no, I'm not here to you know like you know try to bring Ruby down. I'm trying to forgive her. You know, forgive and forget. She did
Yeah.
neglect us. But not. I honestly don't care about the neglect. Like I honestly that was what I preferred rather than the abuse because when we were being neglected, we weren't being abused, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah,
Yeah, I completely understand. I agree with that. People said should MJ be worried about Ruby and Santos?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't even care.
He probably doesn't know that since he's not around. He just stated that.
But yeah, like
So that's a
I
question that
don't know.
he
I
can't
wouldn't.
answer.
Yeah, exactly. Like I don't. I'm not gonna, you know, sit here and you know like
He's sharing.
assume and or accuse like you know because Ruby's always been loyal to MJ. Like you know for the most part. Other than like allegations and stuff, but never like cold hard proof,
Yeah,
you
we
know, like
understand that neglect is abuse. I
yeah,
was
but
talking to
it
somebody
was
down in the comments.
oh no no you're good, but it was honestly I honestly preferred the neglect because when we were being neglected, you know, we weren't being abused, like it was so it was honestly didn't mind it.
How were you being neglected? Like, was she leaving you guys like home alone?
Yeah, so she would like leave the house for she would literally go like leave the house all day. Sorry, hold on. Sorry, I'm getting a call. Let me.
I don't think that he knows if he can answer that, TJ. He said he was getting a call and to give him a minute. Shannon, I can ask her a question when Alan comes back. It could be Ruby calling. Hold on real quick.
All right, can you guys hear me? Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so sorry about that. Like this random number kept calling my phone and I like it wouldn't stop calling, so I had to switch over to my fiance's phone. And so now they can't mess with me.
Do you know who was calling you? Do you think it was Ruby?
It was a 818 number. So I'm gonna try looking it up at the end of the live, but more than likely it was for sure somebody from Ruby or Ruby's side because like it
Like
was
trying to get
literally
you off of live?
it was purposely spam calling. So and I know Santos
Well,
has
they're a
my
little bit
number.
too late.
Yeah, so I know Santos has my number and Ruby has my
That's why I wanted to
number.
get straight to the point in the beginning of our live and have it pre-recorded because I already knew that like by the time that they caught wind that we were on live together that we would probably be about the time that we're getting off.
Yeah, but you asked me a question. Sorry, like and like that's when they started calling.
Oh, I was asking you, has Ruby ever left you for days at a time?
No, so that was new, when she started like not new like to me, but like new like online, like when she started going on vacation with all these creators and going on vacation
But
with all
she
the
would leave you
kids.
guys there during the day and leave you there to watch them all day.
Yeah, exactly. But like when I was there, she would never leave us for like more than like like a few hours. Like I'm talking like 8 to 12 hours, but I'm never never like overnight or never
Yeah.
never like days at a time.
And you had to take
But
care of all your siblings and watch after them.
yeah, exactly. So, not only that, but Ruby and MJ, they were always they were almost never home. So they were always out partying, and they were leaving me and my seven siblings behind, and when they were home, I really couldn't express how I felt or how or how how I felt like because anytime I try to speak up about anything it would turn into like a verbal or physical abuse. Like anytime I feel like I'd say like, oh, like I'm feeling this way. Like, can we go out for a drive? Or like, like I'm not feeling too good. Like, I'm just like, and she's like, oh, well, they just it would turn into either like verbal or physical abuse. So there was no point.
Got you. When you were back home, did you guys ever receive like any like EBT? Did you ever receive like state assistance?
Yeah, we had the assistants, but I think honestly it was probably because she has so many kids, so they probably gave it to her. I don't know what she did to, receive that and everything, but yeah, we were getting assistance. Yeah, yeah.
Do you think that she's still getting assistance?
From what I seen last, that she was still receiving them. So I don't know, till this day. It's been a few months, since when I last seen. But yeah, I don't really know. I can maybe check, cause I could check.
Hold on, somebody was requesting to. But I think that's about everything that I was gonna ask you guys. Oh yeah, do you know what company that MJ was the CEO of?
So he like had the Obama phones, he like he started his own company and made it. So I guess like he's the CEO of that.
I know that the business went delinquent before, but I believe that it's active now.
I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure. They still have an office, I think, right here in Palmdale. They have an office in the Superior, and then they closed their office in Lancaster. But no, they're still active. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. That's how they're making their money.
Alrighty, well, I think that that was everything that I had to ask you. Did you feel like you have anything that you wanted to ask me, or anything else that you wanted to talk about or touch base with that you feel like that you should?
Um, I just feel like a lot of people like really focus on the neglect, and honestly, I didn't. It hurts to admit, but I honestly preferred the neglect over the abuse because when they weren't around, we weren't getting hurt. So
Yeah,
when Ruby and MJ when they were out of the house, that's when me and the kids we would actually be
you guys get a
happy.
break from them.
Exactly. That was the only time we could breathe. Laugh, be loud, be kids. Be
Yeah,
humans. Like we can actually be humans.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so, but every time they were there, we had to become like these quiet robots and, obey everything, don't speak, don't exist. Like, it was sad. Like, the only time we felt free was when we were like forgotten, basically.
Do you think it's still the same way for the kids now?
I don't know, to be honest, because, like, when I look at them,
I know I
like,
watched a live, not recently, of Ruby was telling the kids to get out of the room.
yeah, like, but I don't know, honestly. Like, hopefully it's not. I
And
pray
then
that it's
like the
not.
one, two little girls, the twins, they seemed like they were very trained to like they knew to not like come in the camera and to like stay back.
Oh yeah, well no, my sisters and we were always very trained. We knew what to not do, what's gonna piss my mom off, but what's gonna make her happy, like but yeah, so they're for sure trained, and I hope that it looks like the neglect is getting worse because of how like just publicly, and but hopefully the abuse at least stopped. Cause all I know is, like the kids loved it when they were getting neglected, cause they weren't having to be with mom and dad getting their butt beat every day. They would be like we'd be with my grandma, and then like sometimes when she had my grandma taking care of us, but then like after 14, she had just me taking care of the kids up until the age of 16. But that wasn't the issue really, because we were getting, yeah, they weren't paying attention to us, but that's okay because we were ordering DoorDash. We were fine. We were watching movies, doing stuff like, so that was okay because the kids were free, we were free, and
Yeah,
when Ruby and MJ were there, they were just always like, they would always hurt us. They'd always either hurt us or be like, oh, go do this, do that, do this, do that. Never want to watch a movie with us or never want to, comfort us or, just like be like, hey, like, come chill in
yeah.
our room. Come, let's go to the park and ride our bikes. Like, we wouldn't even be able to go outside.
They're
Like,
just worried about making content and going live and profit.
it wasn't even really that. It was they would just sit on their ass all day. Like they would just be like in their beds all day. Like, just like either sleeping or just like just like bed rotting, like literally just
Yeah.
like it's like so we were never able to have that family where like oh we're in the family room or oh we're like we're cooking dinner together or oh we're doing this like yeah that was rare but it was unnatural it wasn't it wasn't something that was like okay yeah like this happens normally or no it's only when the cameras go on and like so it's like damn like it felt so because like oh you only do this for the cameras like you're only doing this because you have a camera in my face you have a phone in my face so it's like it wasn't genuine at all. It never felt genuine. They would never do it when it wasn't, when the cameras were off. So, like, please, you guys don't believe anything you see online. Like, remember that, like, they only show you 10% and what they want you to see, and the other 90%
Yeah.
remains behind closed doors. So, I just hope people take the time to look beyond the
Yeah.
surface and understand the full picture and finally just get the I just wanted to get the truth out there again. I feel like this is I don't know like how many interviews I've done and it's just like it's just damn like it's I don't
And
know.
is it
Yeah,
usually with each one, it's because of something new has popped up about you that she's
not
saying?
necessarily new, but she's just pushing it out there, like she's trying to push her own narrative out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like it's yeah, and it's like, dude, it's far from the truth.
Yep. She's completely lying on Alan. And that's why we decided to go live thing together tonight. There's an account in here that people said are possibly Ruby.
That's fine. Let them hear the truth.
Um, but what did you, her and Brie? Yeah, they definitely live in their own world. It's like TikTok land, like I like to call
Yeah,
it.
for sure. And it's like I don't know, like going through this interview today, I realized like it's still like difficult, to bring up a lot of stuff because there's a lot of anger because I haven't found justice for my
Does
siblings.
Ruby have a, yeah? And your siblings, they definitely deserve justice, and hopefully you'll be able to talk to them one day if she lets you, or if they try coming to you when they turn 18, because it
Mhm.
seems like Ruby's gonna try her best to not let you guys talk together.
Yeah, she's just gonna plant in their brain whatever she wants them to believe in. Yeah, it's unfortunate, but I've seen her do it to she's done it to me. She tried to do it to she were tried to make me feel like my grandma was like a bad grandma, that my uncle and my tia were bad and my like oh your dad was just a donor and this and that. And it's like you don't
Does
talk to a
Ruby
kid
have a
that way.
DUI?
Yeah, she has multiple. I think I don't know. Like, there's her records are out there. If you guys go look, and like it's like a rabbit hole. But if you guys look, her records are out there. She has multiple DUIs, trespassing, I don't know, possession, something. I don't know. You guys gotta go look at it. But yeah,
How did you feel about her being at the content house at the MILF house?
um, that was just like like it just shows your character, cause like we were raised as Jehovah's Witnesses, so like it really
She
shows
even
your
has
character.
theft charges, somebody said down below.
Yeah, she has theft charges too.
Oh, wow. That was
But
tea for me. I didn't know she had theft charges. That's
yeah,
really bad.
people want to sue her left and right. She's taken out loans that she hasn't paid back. There's a lot of, so she's not angry just because she became angry overnight. She's angry because she's going through a lot of stress. So that's why I'm trying to forgive her. I'm trying to forget. I'm trying to, just leave it in the past. I'm gonna break the generation. I'm gonna break this curse that we have. I'm gonna break the cycle. I'm gonna treat my kids with love. I'm gonna love them. I'm gonna, be there for them. And
Exactly.
unfortunately, their grandma is couldn't do the same. But yeah, that's why I got up here too, to just clear up any misinformation and just share the full truth with you guys. But to be honest, I do want this to be my last interview I do, just because the mental strain and the constant reliving of these experiences.
Yeah.
It's taking a toll on me, and I
I
want to move
appreciate you
forward.
coming up here today and speaking with me.
Yeah, no, of course. Yeah, I just wanted to clear it up one more time and just put proof in the pudding, So I want to move forward. I want to forgive. I want to focus on healing and I understand the importance of sharing my story though for those who need it and I don't want to engage in no longer further interviews. So if people choose to create their own narratives like Ruby, Bree Santos, that's fine. That's their choice, but I'm ready to move on and focus on my well-being, and my fiance's well-being. So I'm
Yeah,
grateful for the opportunity that Mama D gave me to share my truth. Like, thank you, Mama D, and
you're
I really
welcome.
hope,
I appreciate you. No, thank you.
yeah, of course, no worries. I appreciate it so much, and I really hope it helps those who need it out there.
Thank you. And I think we got our point across with this. And we have been on here for about an hour. So I am going to let you go and give you your time back. And I appreciate you for being here with me and speaking with me. You're very respectful. And if any of you guys missed it, we did record it and it is going to be posted. So I see a couple of people said they joined in late, but we are going to be hopping off if that's okay with you, Alan.
Of course, thank you guys so much again for allowing me to share my story.
And thank you guys for coming here. Thank you, Alan.
I hope you guys have a great rest of your night.
And I'll be in touch with you. You
Okay, thank
too.
you.
All right. Bye bye.